August 27th, 2006.
I remember by the time that 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning rolled around that there were several of us trying to catch up on reports.
Brian Jared had been a police officer in Lexington for 6 years.
I finished up with my stuff and began to just randomly take a drive.
But nothing had prepared him for what was about to happen that August morning.
I looked over to my left across a farm field, and I could see like a faint orange glow that was, 2 or 3 hillsides over. Once I made my way over the second hillside, it became evident that that was going to be the Comair plane that was down.
Comair Flight 5191 crashed that morning at 6:07 near Bluegrass Airport. Jared was the first person at the crash scene.
The heat coming from off of the airplane welted all the vegetation down, and once I broke out into that, it took my breath away. A lot of things were going through my head. I was scared, I was nervous. Who's out here that needs help? I just started walking towards the crash and started working my way through it, seeing if I could find that one person that I had the ability to maybe, help.
50 people were on the flight. All but one died.
Feeling the heat, the sounds, the noises, and some of the things that were visible, it was devastating at that point.
The lone survivor was Jim Polhinky, the first officer of the flight crew. A federal investigation later revealed that the plane taxied onto the wrong runway. It was too short for a plane that size to take off. The National Transportation Safety Board investigation said the crash was likely caused by pilot error.
Some days I wish I could forget it.
Matthew Snoddy's dad, John, was on the flight that morning.
The day of the crash just seemed like a normal day in most ways. We were just sitting around the house with the kids.
Then he got a phone call.
Matt, your dad was on the plane. And I said, what plane? I had no idea.
John Snoddy was 51 years old on the day of the crash.
Dad was a great guy. Dad was somebody who, he was a grandfather. I had 3 children at the time. I've got 4 now. He loved being a dad, loved being a granddad.
10 years have now gone by since then. Those 49 victims are honored with this sculpture in Lexington. For both Jared and Snoddy, what happened that day has stayed with them, but in very different ways.
It depends on the day, but it's always there. I didn't know how to explain my thoughts and my feelings when it came to the crash. I'm getting better with working through my emotions with it. As the years go on, it obviously gets a little easier.
The hardest thing for me now is realizing that I have 4 kids that don't have a grandfather. And I really think that he would have really loved to get to see them grow up. If I could have him back for just a day, I would want him to spend it with his grandkids.
And while the decade that's passed has helped, the memories, the emotions, and the pain may never fully go away.
That was our people on that crash. I think it'll always be there. Always be there.
Time does heal the wounds, but you never forget.